Hi. Is it actually live?
Yeah, it says live. We're live.
Okay.
You click over here and see if you're on YouTube's. See?
Okay.
You're on YouTube's.
Well, there was no countdown. I'm pretty sure the world just saw me.
Oh, that's all right.
I apologize if you guys saw me.
See, we have some viewers. Look at that. Hi.
I hope you guys didn't see that.
It's a different scenery today.
Yeah, obviously I'm all out of sorts. Okay, so my name's Kristin. This is my husband Brandon. We're from Whiskey Tango Farms in
over there. Central, please. Thank you.
In central Wisconsin. We're obviously not in the house today. We're outside because we're building rabbit cages. Because we're in desperate need of rabbit cages. Our herd grew a lot in the past couple weeks, and we need cages now. So it just can't be put off anymore. So we're multitasking. Let me pull up my announcements real quick. Please give me just a moment. Brandon, if you want to talk while I'm working on this.
Yeah, so we're, like Kristin said, I'm building a cage today while we're doing the live. I just figured, we'll do this. If you guys have any questions on building rabbit cages or anything like that, it'd be a good opportunity to do that. And it's a little change of scenery, and you don't have to see us on a couch while we're doing the, and it's a futon, whatever. Who cares if it lays down? But anyways, it's just different scenery. We do need to build these, and we're limited on time. But we wanted to do the live, and it gives an opportunity to show you guys what we do when building cages and stuff like that. So hit the like button. I appreciate it if you guys do that. For me, helps get the videos out there, and so everybody can see them. I think Kristin's about ready with the announcements here.
Yeah, I was going to try to share this to I don't know, I'll do it some other time. I'm super distracted the past few days. So anyways, so again, this is Whiskey Tango Talk. We do this every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. Like Brandon said, a little bit change of scenery. I apologize if the penguins are loud. We call them penguins because we have neighbors. So
we're allowed to have them.
Yeah, we are allowed to have them. It's not their business. So I don't think you guys can see the rabbits. No, but that's okay. Anyways, announcements, squirrel syndrome. So anyways, we do this every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central. We just kind of hang out. You can put in the comments where you're tuning in from, and we read the comments. We'll put them up on the screen. It's kind of fun to see where everybody is from. You can definitely go ahead and ask questions. If we don't know, we'll find out together. Sometimes we don't know, but somebody in the comments will. It's very laid back and chill. Oftentimes, obviously, I kind of have squirrel syndrome, and so does he, aka like ADD. Yeah. So sometimes we have story time. It's kind of a joke where I will go off on a tangent because that's just squirrel syndrome. So just make sure you keep it family friendly and clean, please, in the comments. We should also have Ed and Verna on as our moderators, and they kind of help patrol the chat as well. So thank you to Ed and Verna for doing that for us. Quail Con is coming up. If you haven't heard, it's less than a month away. We just added a bunch of tickets. Those tickets are available at myshirefarm.com. Quail Con will be happening at My Shire Farm in Miamisburg, Ohio. We co-host that with them, but we travel there. They host it because they have room and we don't. So thank you to them. So get your tickets. They are probably going to go really fast because the first 200, I can't remember if we did 200 or 250 tickets to begin with. No sold out. So then we added some, and I think those sold out, and now we added some more. So there will be a free butcher class. That'll happen on Saturday. There's also vendor tables, educational tables, expert tables, tours. The butcher class is not any extra or anything. It's super fun. And then Sunday we will be doing like speakers and classes, sort of. So we do have a video on our YouTube channel here. It says, I think it's titled like All About QuailCon 2022. So please check that out. We will be speaking on Sunday about genetics and giving some tips about celadon. So I'm super excited about that because I know it's kind of like a.
Don't want to miss that talk.
You don't. I know a lot of people have a lot of questions about it. There's a lot of myths and misinformation, and I want to set that straight, and I really want to help you guys. So We have t-shirts available on our website, the official QuailCon t-shirts that's available at whiskeytanglefarms.net. We have decided we are not bringing t-shirts to Quail. Basically, we don't want to be stuck with a bunch of extras. Like, we don't want to pay for them ahead of time and then be stuck with them. Because that's just an extra cost that just doesn't make sense for us. So anyways, you can get those at whiskeytanglefarms.net. They will be drop shipped to you from the producer. Is that what it's called? The vendor? Manufacturer. And it'll be shipped directly to you. Obviously, by a third party. Obviously, we're kind of in a time crunch now, so I would definitely order those as soon as you can so that you get them on time. I believe the production time is about a week, and then it's like 3 or 4 day shipping. So
next Wednesday they're going to be off the website, so you won't be able to order the official QuailCon shirt, but we'll I'll leave up the. Was that one called that you wish you could be at
it says
QuailCon?
I'd rather be at QuailCon. Yeah. We'll leave that one on because that can be worn anytime.
Yeah. That will be up for a little while longer.
Yeah. So, but the official QuailCon shirt is available in several different colors and sizes and stuff. So, check it out. We also have like a magnet that you can put on your car, fridge, whatever. We have tote bags, notebooks, cups, all that good stuff. So, I think we might bring some notebooks because that way, like if you want to take notes or something. I just remember something I have to do that's really important. Okay, well now I'm a little bit stressed. It'll be okay. There's just a lot to do. So we'll figure it out. It's going to be lots of fun. You're not going to want to miss it. Anyways, we have Whiskey Tango Farms has Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, so check it out. Is this dual streaming now again? Yep. Okay. We were dual streaming and then we stopped and now we're dual streaming again. So this will be on Facebook and YouTube. So if you don't see some of these comments and you're like, what are you guys talking about? It's probably just on the other platforms, so you're not going crazy. We also have a group on Facebook called Self-Sufficient Backyard. So definitely check that out. It's basically a lot like this where obviously like we have quail, ducks, rabbits, all that stuff. It's very chickens, tractors. It's very well rounded, and we talk about a lot of different stuff in that group. There's also speaking of eggs, we do ship hatching eggs hatching eggs nationwide. We're NPIP certified, and we do that in the continental 48 states. We send like a hatching guide and we like help people figure things out. We do guarantee a 50% hatch based off what you order. We do stick a couple extra in there because the mail system can be really difficult on eggs. But like say you order 50 eggs, we guarantee that 25 of those will hatch, that you will end up with 25 babies. If you don't, please contact us and we'll help you with it. In fact, I do recommend if like say you're on day 19 and nothing is pipping or your fertility rate was really low going into lockdown, message us right away. Please don't wait until day 22 and be like, nothing's happening, because then by then it's probably too late. So, but yeah, go ahead and reach out. Usually Facebook Messenger on our farm page is the best way to do that. But we also have an email, info@whiskeytanglefarms.net.
Or you can text our number.
Or you can text us. 715-819-2002 is Brandon's phone number. He's way better at like looking at his phone and stuff. I a lot of times will have my phone on do not disturb and I don't realize it, or I forget to turn it off and then I miss things. So text or call Brandon, please. Our jumbo Pharaohs and celadons are currently out of stock online. I do plan on adding those back, I think in about a week here. We were just really behind and I wasn't comfortable making people wait like 6+ weeks. So I just wanted to catch up, but we will get those. We do have
jumbo Egyptians, right?
We do have jumbo Egyptians. Those are only available in a 25 count right now. So we're working on building that back up as well. But yeah, we should have those other ones back on the website here. behind schedule, but that's okay. It seems like this summer has been the summer of anything that can go wrong has, not only for us, but for our other homestead and farm friends. So I totally understand, and I appreciate your guys' patience. We were hoping to have them available at QuailCon. I don't think that that's going to happen, unfortunately, but I'm hoping to at least be able to give you guys a preview of some of the pictures. So there.
We'll have an order system available. They're not going to be shipped right away, but we'll have it available while we're there.
Yeah, I've got quite a few of them in. They're awesome. Depending on how many pictures we end up with, we might combine the mom daddies together. Last year we did just quail daddies, and then this year we were going to do quail mamas and quail daddies. We are.
Yeah. No, you shouldn't.
BL, this one?
Yep.
Erica, please try again later. Should I refresh this?
No. There, it's on. It says I got showing us. So, hi. Sorry. See, it's back.
I'm sorry.
I apologize, guys.
So much for a change of scenery. Like I said, life has been. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out. waiting
You
for
guys
us.
are still here.
I'm really sorry about
I
that.
appreciate it.
Ed said the last thing he heard was our email. So if you're having issues, email us or send us a Facebook message.
I think we should just get into it.
Yeah, I think so too. That's enough announcements, obviously. So we'll just get into it. So let me see here. So our first comment is from Adrian. Hi, everyone from Duluth, Minnesota. My future WTF babies are in the incubator. That is awesome. Super happy for you. I believe you had rainbows or maybe pharaohs or both. I can't remember, but I do recognize and remember your name and talk.
I remember the name. All right, remember the location actually.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Hopefully you're still here after all that debacle. Justy Mills is in the house. Good evening, everyone listening in tonight while building a cage. Hey, us too. It's cage building day, apparently. Cage build Wednesdays. Yeah. Adrian said, what big, beautiful eggs. Thank you. I must have had some jumbos in there. Although some of our fab fees are overachievers as well. So if you had rainbow, that would make sense too.
I should hold this. At least with your butt.
Hold it with my butt.
Something.
Use what my mama gave me. There's not much there, but I'll use it. Andrea said, and the rest of our household goods, LOL, and order your Celadon eggs. I was like, wait, I must have missed it. She said, oh my word, half my message is gone. Don't mind me. No worries. We're obviously having issues too, so you fit right in. We're super good at being awkward, or at least I am. Brandon's not terrible at it. You stabbed me in the butt. Ed, you're breaking up. Yeah, hopefully we're good now.
I say we should be good now.
That was
the access point's like 5 feet away now. So
yeah, that was an old comment. Joy Guthrie is here. Says hello all from Western Oregon. Hello, thanks for joining us. Thanks. Good to see you again. I'm all out of sorts now. Like I lost my group. Ed Got Bait is here, one of our moderators. Thank you, Ed, for helping us figure out this mess here.
sorry.
Andrea said, I was trying to say hi from North Carolina, LOL. Waiting for my incubator from storage in. Okay, so I can order your Celadon eggs. Awesome. Sounds good. We'd love to help you out when you're ready for them. I was going to help hold it, but then my bat wing was swinging and I didn't like it. So you're on your own.
I'm fine. I got it.
I lost a lot of weight, so I have bat wings and I don't like it. So anyways, Truck 3 Warden says, hello or evening from North Central Wisconsin, canning green beans as I watch. That is awesome.
Cool.
I harvested just a couple. They're like called Blauhide beans. It's Blauhide. There might be another L in there somewhere. And they're like purple, but I bit into it and it's green on the inside. It's really cool. So I harvested a small one and a big one. Yeah, I harvested a big one and a small one. The small one tasted awful. The big one was really stringy and tough, but it had good flavor. So I think I need to harvest somewhere in between. But obviously I'm new to them, so I wasn't sure. James says, evening from New York, almost made it on time. Yeah, I think we were on time, but maybe me and you. We don't take attendance, so it's all good. I know Chris does that, but a while back we kept having issues. Not like tonight. Tonight was just bad, but like I would get home late from work and stuff. We would start at like 7:01, 7:02. So it happens to
now
the
she's
best
home
of
all
us.
Time,
I was saying.
Working.
I say now we've been on time because I haven't had to work, so that helps a lot.
I normally do this, so any pointers that are out there building cages, I don't know why I did this, but normally I unroll it the other way. So the roll, like if you're rolling it, you start with the floor on the inside like this because it's easier to unroll and it kind of just wraps around the cage.
The corners.
And I did it backwards, so that's why I'm like really struggling.
Yeah, you're working against
I'm working against the roll.
And this one he's making right now is just a 24 by 24 inch cage.
24 by 30.
Oh, 24 by 30, sorry. So this is going to be one of our buck cages. Right now, bucks, does, and everybody are, well, all of our breeders, bucks and does, are in 30 by 36 inch cages. And the moms all have like baby saver wire along the bottom. But honestly, I don't think the bucks need quite that much room. So we're going to try out a 24 by 30 or
24 by 30.
Yeah, 24 by 30 instead. And I think they're still going to have plenty of room. So that way we can fit a few more rabbits on our hutch.
I say mainly we had the 30 by 36 for the
does,
moms
for the nest box
and their kindling and everything. They have plenty of room and plenty of room for the kits to run around too when they get a little older.
Yeah.
Until they move out to the tractor. So.
Feather Connections. Kelly says, hopping on to give my life, but gotta go. Tracking a raising backyard quail course at the library. Wish me luck. Love you. Well, maybe teaching a raising backyard quail course at the library. Wish me luck. Love you all, Quail fam. Yes, good for you. I saw that. You will do awesome. I'm super excited for you and love what you are doing. Oh, there she corrected it. Yeah, teaching. So I figured it out. It took me a bit, but I have Miss Jasmine from Time and Timber Homestead here. Says, hello, friends. Hello. Kelly from Feather Connection says, I'm excited. Spent a month fixing my presentation. Yes, that is awesome. We have Dennis Peel here. Says, in from Missouri. Good evening to everyone. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Ed asked, is that your duck pond? Why, yes, it is our duck pond. Would you like to talk about our duck pond?
Sure.
Duck pond report. Duck pond report.
So, if anybody's wondering, I mean, I think what you can see actually. So, you can see kind of part of it. So this top part here, if you remove this comment, you can see.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This top part right here is actually the filter that I made, and still got to do some work. But then back here is the pond. And there's some fish and a turtle in there, and then the ducks go in it and splash and drink and stuff. They have fun, so they enjoy it. I just put it in this last weekend. I found both these items on Facebook Marketplace.
It's a really good deal.
Guy had it originally $150, and then he went down to $100. And then I messaged him like, "Hey, will you take 70?" And
for both parts.
And he said, "Yep." So I went and grabbed it right away, and it's a killer of a steal because the big pond section is actually over 200 gallons, and I think they go for like 160 or something like that, brand new. And then this other waterfall piece, they're normally around $60 as well. So it was a great deal, great steal of a find. And
yeah, and he built some like the filters are all like DIY, which is super cool.
Yeah, the filter's a biological filter to filter all the stuff, and it's actually doing a pretty good job. The water's pretty clear. I actually do need a bigger pump. I found out that this pump's only a 200 gallon per minute pump, so I got per hour pump. So I do need.
Yeah, and he has like beneficial bacteria in there, and like then the fish, and we'll get some duckweed in there eventually. But I have a feeling it won't.
I can't get duckweed. I put duckweed in there when it was the small pond, and the fish ate it all like crazy. I have some bigger goldfish. They're actually like adults, so they're like 4 or 5 inches long. They're huge. I almost thought they were koi because they're so big, but like baby koi or something, but they're not.
Ed got bait said, how is that greenhouse working for you? Excellent. It is working really, really well.
It's a great storage unit right now.
Let's say right now we're storing a lot of stuff in it because life has been crazy and it happens. Oh, I'm stuck.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just noticed I must have washed this with like new jeans or something stain. Anyways, yeah, it works really, really good. And once we added the 2x4s along the bottom, it holds up just fine. So we'll see how the winter goes. We might take it off. I know Brandon read that it should last longer if we take it down. I don't know if we will because
you're supposed to take it down during summer.
Oh,
but that's all right.
Whatever. Hopefully in a couple of years we'll have a real one.
I think it'll be. I mean, the amount of money we paid for it. If it lasts all summer and all winter and then all summer again, I'll be happy.
I feel like we would have our money's worth out of it by then. So, Dennis Peel says, what size eggs do you use in your jumbo line or what weight? Oh my gosh, you're testing me. I would have to actually check. Ooh,
They're-
my computer.
They're usually.
I want to say like 14, but that's the weight of the.
You can scoot over a little bit if you want, so I don't keep hitting you.
That's the weight of the bird in ounces. I can get back to
They
you.
vary, but they're pretty
Yeah,
pretty
but on
large.
average, they're big.
Yeah, they're usually I'd say 16 to 18 on average. So grams.
James says, so how about those bills? I'm guessing you mean the ducks or penguins. Maybe, I don't know. But bills can go away as far as I'm concerned if we're talking about the paper kind. I Got Bates says, first tip building cages, wear gloves. Yes. Joy Guthrie says, I do 24 by 30 cages for my quail. Well, there you go. That works well. And we make these 18 or 20 inches. I think we do 18
inches
now.
high.
Yeah. Our very first ones, we did 20 inches, but we found that it's not really necessary. It actually works better to do 18 because then the slope for the poop system has more room for the poop and pee to go down the like ramp thing. So Andrea says, Ed, I find it so hard to work in gloves. Maybe I just need better fitting pair. Yeah,
I find it hard too.
Me too. I think it's just you can't feel.
Generally, don't wear gloves. I don't know. Sometimes when I work on cars and stuff, I do. But otherwise, I don't wear gloves for the most part. Even when I do poop trays.
I was gonna say I do wear gloves when I do poop trays, but he doesn't. So
I don't know. I don't get that much poop on my hands when I do the poop trays, and then
I
just wash them.
I don't usually either, but like if I get a little bit on me, I don't like it, so I just wear gloves.
It doesn't bother me that much. So
I Got Bait says maybe you don't need gloves, but you're more than likely to get cut up. Yeah, touche.
Yeah.
But I'm so cut up from like rabbits and cages and stuff. Anyhow, yeah. What's another one, right? Ed says, I love a bargain, Brandon. Yes, us too.
Yeah, I couldn't pass up the deal. I bought a pond liner, like a EDPM, I think it's called, is the material. So it's a thicker pond liner to build like a 1,300 gallon pond. But we decided not to put that in right now. So I still have the pond liner and plan on doing that at some point.
It might not be at this property,
but
though.
This will do. I mean, I think it's like 230 gallons, so it's plenty for the fish that are in there, and it's plenty for the ducks. Only a couple, like I think at most they've seen 5 ducks in here.
Yeah.
But usually it's only like
a couple
2
at a
or
time.
3.
They seem to take turns. So.
And I haven't seen too many of the cayugas go in there. It's mainly like
ancanas, yeah.
So
I think it's because the cayugas are a little heavier and they can't get out, even though we put a brick in there so they could get out.
Yeah, I got to do a different brick.
Yeah.
So it's a little under the water.
Dennis says, looks like a good bargain to me on the pond. Yes, agreed. Ed said, Christmas, your magnetic personality. Oh, ruining the stream? Probably.
You have a magnetic personality?
Yeah, like, you mean like ow!
Sorry.
Like interference with the internet, I think he means. Adrian says, question, what is your cage cleaning routine? You have hatchet time, right? How do you keep the poop clean? Seems like it accumulates every day on the wire. Continued. Does taking the birds out to clean stress them out? So I deep clean. I don't deep clean during the winter because it's too cold. But I'll deep clean in the spring and fall. So like twice a year, I'll bring them out one by one, each cage, I should say. And I spray them down with a power washer. While I'm doing that, I do have them in boxes, but they do stop laying a lot of times. So I need to be careful when I do it. Last time I did it, this next time, what I think I'm going to do is do one whole stacker cage, move them all out, move them back in, and then wait like a week or two, and then do the other one. That way, like, everybody doesn't stop laying at once, because that obviously, like, when we're shipping out hatching eggs, that really throws things off. So we don't want
Let's say, I feel honestly, so the hatching time cages do pretty well. And the poop doesn't really stick.
Yeah, it doesn't.
We don't have any issues like with it falling through or anything. I mean, the bottoms do get dirty, obviously, because I mean the poop does touch it. But I think now we've had the Wynola Ranch almost a year.
Yeah, we've had the hatching time a little over a year.
And we've had those for almost.
Well, it was about when I had surgery. So it's like May or June.
Before that.
Maybe that's when we got the second one. I don't know.
That's when we got the second one from the surgery. The second and third. But the Wynola Ranch, that one's actually really clean. Like the wire and everything, like you can't visually see poop on the wire at all.
The sides kind of do.
Yeah, but
it's
overall,
like it's on the outside, so it's not, the birds aren't by it, and that I don't have to take them out to clean it. I just use some cleaner spray on the cloth and wipe it down.
Yeah.
So
overall, I think they tend to stay cleaner in that cage.
Yeah.
Cage and the bird. Sorry.
Ed Got Bait says, "Don't forget to lick your fingers, Brandon. That's gross."
So funny story. You want some story time?
Story time with Brandon this week.
During my early 20s, or I think early 20s, or in my teens. Well, it had to be in my teens.
Anyways.
Back then, my sisters, and stuff drove, not the best cars because, we were younger. So I had checked oil, went to go check the oil for my sister in her car. And I had been cooking in the kitchen. So I was in that mindset. I went to go wipe the dipstick with my fingers. And then I literally licked the oil off my fingers.
Ew.
It's not as bad as you think it would be.
Was it new or old oil?
It was old. But
I wonder what if they probably taste different,
I don't know. It wasn't a pleasant taste. I mean, it was just bitter, but so that's a funny story.
And you're still alive to tell the tale. So I mean, I have not heard that story. Adrian said, "Chris and I had R&Y bypass, and I wish I lost enough weight to have bat wings. Good for you. You're absolutely stunning coming from a married woman." I'm awkward too, LOL. Hey, yeah, I think we're soul sisters. We actually both had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy, so similar. Also a bariatric surgery, but not the Roux-en-Y. So, but yeah, good for you for making that decision. It's definitely not easy, whichever one you choose. So, good job. As said, the wire cage is attracted to you, Kristin. That have magnetic personality. I thought you meant like the internet going out.
I'm just a jerk, and I keep.
He beats me up. He doesn't actually. He doesn't. I shouldn't joke about that. Adrian said the poop gets stuck on the rollout under the door for me. I have a toothbrush in there like every day. Interesting.
I've seen that sometimes.
I have seen it kind of like in the where the posts are. There maybe I guess I could see that because that is where I do have to power wash the most, but it's not too bad. I wonder if they're like pooping when they lay the egg, and then when it's rolling out, like the egg is rolling out, it's catching on the sides or something. That's interesting.
Yeah, I have seen that before, but
that's definitely the dirtiest part of the cages. Yes.
Occasionally you do have some poops that are just too big, and granted they're usually drier, or at least if you let them dry, I'll go in there and I'll take them out with my hands when I see them sitting on the wire.
With no gloves. I've done it without gloves too. That's not that bad when it's dry. Sometimes too, the eggs are so big that they don't roll out, and that's kind of irritating because then they get stepped on and cracked or pooped on, and I'm like, really, guys? Like, I need that. I'm supposed to send these to people, but they don't care. So we have
they're more concerned about you taking the eggs.
Yeah. If they can, so the cool thing I would like about the rollouts on the hatching time and the Wynola Ranch cages because the food trough is in front. Food trough, whatever. They can't see the eggs after they've rolled out. So when I take them, they're usually not too terribly bothered. Although sometimes they're like laying down and they're chilling, and
they'll crouch down. They're
like,
sitting, watch you take which egg.
Yeah, they're like, she's stealing my eggs. But they're not terrible. Like, they don't get super upset. So whereas like when I collect eggs,
I think they're just more curious than anything.
Yeah, they're like, who's that? Who's there? But when I do collect eggs from the hutches, they definitely are more like, every egg, they're like, what are you doing? You know? Adrian says, I use my husband's toothbrush. Kidding. Oh, gross.
I would use Kristin's toothbrush. If that were the case.
That's disgusting. I've got bait says, too bad they can't be a side door where the quail can just walk themselves over to the clean cage, shut the door, and take away the dirty cage, right? Yeah, I guess what I could potentially do instead of putting them in boxes, because we did make some quail transport cages actually out of similar material as this. It's about, what is that, like 6 inches high?
I think they're 8.
Yeah, and then they're huge, and then they're cut down the middle. Like, there's a barrier in the middle, so there's 2 different sides. So what I could do is separate them that way and have them sit in there. That way they're not in like a dark area. Maybe, actually, that's actually a really good idea. Because I think maybe they stop laying because they're in the dark for, a couple hours while I'm doing that.
You're moving them
yeah.
as well.
But if they're on wire and they're used to being on wire or like a cage type system, I don't think it would maybe bother them as much. So that's actually really interesting. That's a good point. I will have to try that and see if that helps. Thanks for the idea.
Let me know if you guys like this, what we're doing.
If the internet, if we get the internet to work.
I mean, the internet is one thing. But
apart from that, if you like this kind of like,
just sitting here chilling while we're building the cage or doing whatever, just a different scenery while we have summer here. I just thought it'd be kind of nice.
We will not do this in the winter. Sorry.
Yeah. Unless you guys want to sit in the quail barn and listen to the quail. It'd be pretty tight in there. You'd probably only have one of us to watch.
Yeah, we'd be like...
or talk to.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to sit side by side in there, I don't think. So... let's see.
But hit the like button.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Like and subscribe, please. S.O. Swanson says, Mississippi in the house. Thanks for joining us. Super excited to see you at QuailCon this year. And Ed says he does like the outside thing personally. Awesome. Sounds good. Duly noted. Oh, you can see some ducks. There's a cayuga
duck.
and an ancana right there. So those are the 2 ducks we have right now. The ancanas, what did I say?
The 2 ducks.
Oh, the 2 breeds we have are the cayugas and the ancanas. I like the cayugas because I love, they're like greenish. They're black, but they're cool, greenish blue, and they lay blackish gray eggs. It'll be darker in the beginning of the season, and then they get lighter as they lay, similar to a lot of chickens. They'll lay darker eggs in the spring, and then as they continue to lay, it gets lighter in color. They'll molt or stop or whatever, and then it'll start over again. It's like they run out of ink or something. I don't know. So I think that's super neat. And then the ancanas are kind of like Holstein cows. They all have, or like a thumbprint. No 2 patterns are the same.
They're supposed to be no 2 patterns the same.
Yes. They are not yet recognized by the American Poultry Association, but it's really hard to get them recognized by the American Poultry Association because none of them look the same. So that they are working on it currently. I wanted to help originally, and I joined the American Poultry Association, but it sounds like there's a lot involved in it as far as keeping the different colors separate. Like they want to start on just the blacks and whites, but we have black, chocolate, blue, buff. There's also like silver and lavender or lilac. I can't remember which. It's called either lavender or lilac. And the people working on getting them recognized want the blacks all kept separate, but because of how our space system is, we can't really do that right now.
Yeah, one of the biggest things they're trying to get is like the Drake's Drake feathers aren't showing up very good, and then they're patterning
like the
curly Drake feather. Yeah, those aren't the best on some of them, and then their patterns aren't the best too, because they're supposed to have, like on the black and white ones, they're supposed to have a black on their chest in some spots. Like we have some that look really good, but they don't have, like, other features aren't good. They're either a little smaller than what they should be. We have one that's really big and really nice, and it has a really nice Drake feather on it, but its chest is completely white.
Yeah, and then they're also supposed to have color under their eyes, and the bean, which is like the bump on their bill, is supposed to be black. And it seems like none of the ones we have all of that, so we need to work on that. Because all of our colors are together, like we'll still breed for that, but until they're recognized, we can't really help much more than that, because I want my colors, like we want to set up a sex link pen and stuff so that we know at hatch what sex we have. So we're doing what we can. Hopefully someday we can do more, but I like them. I think they're really cool looking ducks. And then yeah, I really like the cayugas. I have the Drake I was going to show him, but now he's limping. I think one of the dogs pinned him, so I'm hoping he stops limping. I'm going to try to catch him after this and look him over and see if it's something I can help him out with. But I was really bummed. Of course, that's like the end of September, and he's been fine all summer. Now he started limping. I'm like, seriously? So, Adrian says, do your rabbits live outside, and do you make a box for them to be in during the winter? Yes, they are outside. They have shade, like obviously lots of shade, especially the silver fox. They become sunburnt really bad. Like Galaxy, our first buck, we moved the hutches and he got direct sunlight. He literally was only out there for like 2 or 3 hours in the new spot, and he got sunburnt. I'm like, seriously, dude? So I'm actually wanting him to molt and blow his coat. Usually you don't want that because it's a big mess, and it's annoying, and they're really ugly while it's happening. But they don't have a box in the winter, but we do wrap the hutch in plastic, and we put a tarp up to completely enclose it, and then we kind of pin the tarp out so that there's room in there for like air circulation and for me to like go under the tarp and do chores and stuff. And then we hang up lights and stuff so it's not dark in there. And it's actually really nice. So someday I would love a rabbitry barn. That's probably not going to happen with this property either. Something I might do is use one of those like plastic shelters like what we have our tractor in now. I know one of my other rabbit friends does that, and we actually got to see her set up like kind of sort of on Friday, but it was super dark, so I didn't see it super well. But from what I did see, I really liked it. So,
I just did the one above it that I was supposed to do.
Ed said, but Kristin, just wear a coat. Yeah, when it's so cold that your nostrils freeze shut, I need more than a coat. It's so bad. Like sometimes like the air actually hurts your lungs because it's so cold. So, but like fall weather would probably not be that bad. Yes, I could put a coat on.
For what?
Because we were talking about doing the outside, and I said not during the winter.
Oh,
and he said just put a coat on. Really, it's only that cold in like January, February.
I'm sorry.
I'm stuck. January, February-ish is when it gets really like negative 30 Fahrenheit, and then wind chill. That's usually when, like this winter we had that. Usually it only gets down to like negative 20. This year was more cold than usual though. And we had less snow.
We had a lot of temperature swings too, like 50, 60 degree temperature swings in the winter. So like it literally would drop, it would be like 30 degrees out, and then it would go to 20 below like overnight.
Yeah, and that's really hard on the animals. So, I was going to say,
sorry.
No, it's okay. Oh, I was gonna say we didn't get quite as much snow this year, so
Yeah, they're calling for a lot more snow this winter.
So it'll probably be warmer this winter. Then when we get more snow, it's usually a little warmer because it kind of like insulates. But I'd also rather have snow than ice. I don't like when it's freezing rain because the roads are bad. Everything is like doors will be frozen shut. I don't like it. Oh, that's a good idea. Dennis says do it in the greenhouse. That's not a bad idea because we actually do start a lot of our stuff. Well, we'll start it inside in the grow tent, and then we'll move it out onto the shelf, and then we move it out here to start hardening off a little bit. And we did have a little heater in there. So some of the peppers didn't do super great because it got a little too cold for them at night. Peppers don't like the cold like at all. But I still did really good with peppers, actually. I need to harvest and preserve a lot. Truck 3 Warren says, outside in summer, you would make me cold in the winter. LOL. Yeah. I'll be so cold, I'll make you guys cold.
I said they have very similar weather to us. So
I've got bait said, I would be inside warm, so I vote to do it winter outside. Yeah, because you don't have to deal with it. I see how this works.
I say I would be outside in the winter where you are because that'd be nothing. I would do that no problem. Just wearing a sweater.
Put it this way, it gets so cold here in January and February, you might actually catch my husband wearing pants instead of shorts.
And a coat.
But during our winter, like November, December, and then like March, he wears shorts all winter. So I don't know.
I mean, I'm wearing pants now.
Yeah. Are you feeling okay?
I need to buy more shorts. My shorts are all worn out.
Because he lost weight, his clothing system right now is really, he's rebuilding his clothes, basically. So, Truck 3 Warren says, seeing them outside would make me cold. I'm about 2 hours north of Kristin and Brandon. Yeah, it is.
2 hours.
It's like northwest.
You're northwest of us.
I think
about an hour and a half.
As the crow flies, or driving?
Driving.
It's weird though, because like once you get to like Wausau North, I think it's like the elevation or something. The temperature difference between here and Wausau, which is about 20 miles, 30-minute drive, is a bigger difference than between like here and 30 miles south. But I think it's the elevation. So Adrian says, I can concur. It's friggin' cold up here. Up in Duluth, we just don't leave home from December to April. Yeah, and I think you guys get a lot of snow, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so it like kind of dumps on you, so then we don't get it. So basically, if it dumps on you, it's going to be cold here.
Say last winter, they had a ton of snow and a ton of cold mix.
Well,
like when I drove to go get our one rabbit from Minnesota, I should have never have went, but me and the kids went, and it didn't snow here, but it dumped in Minnesota, and I drove in Minnesota, and we were sliding around, and it was not fun, and I was about 2 hours away, and I had another 2 hours to go, but I was like, screw it, we just kept going. It eventually got better, but I couldn't believe the amount of snow that they got over there.
We ended up naming that rabbit Elsa, the Ice Queen, because he drove in a snowstorm to get her. So that's Elsa. This seems fitting. We're gonna wait till her litters have been small in size, and she's pretty light, and her babies don't grow super fast. But we also bred them in the summer, and summer rabbits don't grow super fast. So I'm gonna pair her up with a different buck, probably in like September-ish, and see how it goes. Otherwise, she might be getting retired. I'm not sure because she hasn't produced.
I thought we were gonna breed her to that one.
Yes, because he's huge, and I think they would complement each other. Anyways,
the one that we're holding on to for right now.
Yeah, we're fostering one, and I'm working with the person that's gonna be getting him, and they said it was okay. So, I think I'm curious. So Elsa's a chocolate carrier, and then this guy is a chocolate. So I'm curious, like how the genetics will work with that, and I like seeing that
eating
first.
Your pepper plants and the the rhubarb. I didn't think they would eat rhubarb, but they're eating rhubarb. I knew they were eating the pepper.
That's because they ate all the raspberries, and there's nothing else to eat over there besides my pepper and rhubarb.
Well, I do need to fill up their feeder. I didn't do that today.
I mean, they have food. It's like they're kind of like a cat. They're like,
I know they have some, but
yeah, they're like, but it's not
empty.
full. Like, Steven says, hello, all from Wyoming. Hello, thanks for joining us.
Welcome to my cage building session.
Yes. Agape says, oh, did your potatoes die in the grow bags? No, actually, those are alive, and everything in the field died. So those are probably the only potatoes we're gonna get.
Yeah, we had really bad case of potato bugs, and
they were like locusts. Like
we
Moses
didn't have time
style locusts.
We didn't have time to deal with them, and so we lost our potato plants.
Well, there was like one or two, and I'm like, okay, we can do this, it's fine. And the next day it was like a swarm. I'm like, okay. So I went to the store, got all the stuff, went out there next day to take care of it, and everything was gone. I'm like,
yeah, there's no leaves left. It's like within 24 hours it was gone.
Yeah. So that's why I joked that it was locusts from Egypt, like Moses style. Like they just came in and destroyed everything. So anyways, Frank Kimball is tuning from Facebook, and he says, hi, see you soon. We will see you soon. I'm assuming, well, you're either talking about QuailCon or the PK swap coming up. Either or, yes, we will see you. Oops,
be nice to see you. I haven't seen you guys in a while.
Yeah. Adrian says, do you have a wood stove yet? It heats your bones and cuts your bills and is more self-sufficient. I actually joked this last winter that I wanted a wood stove in our bedroom because our room is super, super cold because all the windows in that room are old.
Yeah, they're the original windows.
All the other windows have been replaced. Except our patio has been replaced too, but it needs to be replaced again.
Our patio is not actually is an addition to our house. We didn't put it in, but yeah, we have 3 windows in the house yet that need to be replaced.
Yeah, and that's in our room, so it gets really cold. But then, yeah, you have to make like a. Yeah, we've thought about it, but I don't know. So we definitely bundle up a lot in the winter. Like we try to not raise the heat in the house because we have some old windows. Like then I sound like a dad. Oh, you're heating the yard, like so. Steven says, my family is from St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin. Where's that? Do you know where that is? I feel like I should know, but...
No, I can't remember.
Well, that's pretty cool. Now you're over in... I think you said you were over in Wyoming, so that is quite a hike. You are like, I'm getting out of here. Or your parents were. Somebody. They're like, I don't want any part of this. Although Wyoming, I think it's pretty cold, too. I think it's less people-y out there, though, which sounds very nice right now. Gary Miller says, hello, Whiskey Tango Farms, Ed Gape, and to all the Quail family and friends. Y'all look busy from North Carolina. Yes.
Hello.
This last weekend, and...
So did you tell them what we were doing? Or no?
No, because I'm not really sure yet. We're building cages because we ended up getting some rabbits from a situation. And we've rehomed most of them, but we are keeping 2 of them. And they need a little TLC and stuff. And they're in quarantine because anytime you get a new rabbit, they should be in quarantine for at least 14 days to make sure that you don't get RHVD, which is like a hemorrhage, blood coming out of their nose disease. Like it's a really nasty way to die. But it's contagious among rabbits.
Like Ebola. Basically.
Yeah. But even just like regular sniffles and stuff. So we're keeping them apart right now. So the new ones are in a different area currently. But they will be joining our herd here in a couple weeks. But we, on August 6th at the PK swap, we had the chance to add 2 creme de-argents to our herd that we weren't planning for. But they come from some of the best breeders in the country, and they were beautiful, and it was an opportunity I couldn't pass up. So I was like,
they're very, very good size.
Yes.
Which some of our rabbits, mainly the main doe that we had, just wasn't the best in size. So
they'll definitely help us go in the direction we need to go.
They're going to help increase the size where we need in our rabbits, in our creme d'argents. Yeah. So,
but
we were very excited
that
to
was
get them.
2 cages we weren't planning for. So I kind of did some moving around of things with the babies, and I made it work. And I'm like, okay, so this is good for temporary. We'll build some cages soon. And actually, we were supposed to do that this last weekend. But then a situation came up where there was an abundance of rabbits that needed to be rescued. So we went to go get them, and it was chaos and very emotional. And most of them have been rehomed and or are being fostered elsewhere because I just don't have the room for them, and I didn't want to bring back more than I could take care of responsibly, especially the situation that they were coming from. So I kept. There's 2 that I'm going to keep for myself. There's a 3rd one that I'm hanging on to and fostering until I can meet up with his new mom. But the new mom is letting me use him as a stud, which I'm super excited for because I love him. I wish I had room to keep him here. He's a chocolate. I'm not really working on chocolates. I'm trying to, of the silver fox, I'm trying to perfect my blacks before I add more color. But I'm like, okay, well, if you let me use him as a stud, if I end up with some good chocolates, I'm not going to complain. So I'm going to use him as a stud, and then he's going to go to his new mom. So, so that's 3 additional cages on top of the other 2 additional cages. And I'm like, so we're making it work. And I'm sorry I'm being super vague, but I'm trying to be respectful of the situation. There's a lot of stuff up in the air, and it's kind of complicated. So it's not that we don't want to tell you, but so I'm sorry. Ed Got Bait says, well, the forecast this winter up that way is not good at all. Super cold and a ton of snow. Yeah, I read that in my Farmer's Almanac. I'm like, great. But we've had a pretty decent summer, actually. This is one of the best summers.
It's been a hot summer, actually.
Yeah.
I think it's been like that for everybody, though.
It's been
oddly warm and early. And fortunately enough, we haven't really been affected by the drought.
I say we've been good with rain. Yeah.
But it's been okay.
Yeah, of everywhere in the country, we've probably had the best weather. And Wisconsin is usually the last place to get decent weather. So I will take it, but we're going to get payback for it in the winter. So the good news about a cold winter, though, here is that usually then there's less mosquitoes the following summer. So pick your battles, pick your poison, Adrian says, if I want to breed meat rabbits for a family of 6, how many should I get? Well, it really depends on...
You figure out really how often you want to eat rabbit.
Yeah, because if you have quail, too, obviously that's another meat source.
But you'd probably be pretty good with a trio.
I would start with a trio and go from there. Because the last thing you want to do is get 6 rabbits and then you breed 4 does and they each have 10 babies. Well, now you have 40 babies.
I would do a trio if you're really serious and you think you're actually going to eat rabbit. You could do a quad, but I wouldn't do any more than that. And that, honestly, a quad, you said family of 4?
6.
Family of 6?
Mm-hmm. I would say a trio or a quad.
Quad should be.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, that'd be really the amount of meat on average and how many kids grow out and stuff. If you did all 3 and you bred them maybe twice a year, you'd get enough to at least have rabbit every 2 weeks, if not, every 3, something like that. So there's a new video for you.
Yeah.
Rabbit nest.
I should add that to my list. Frank says, outside working and tuning in from Wayside in Wisconsin, which I believe that's up by Green Bay-ish area. I'm sorry, I want to add this to my list before I forget, because that is actually a really good question. Here. Okay. Dennis Peel said, Japanese beetles were so bad here. That's one reason I could not be on the fight was on to save the garden. Yeah, no worries. I understand the summer is busy for everybody, so I'm not offended or anything. And yeah, I heard about Japanese beetles being an issue in a lot of places. So
Yeah, we definitely had our share. We've been dealing with them.
I feel like bugs in general are just really bad this year. Like even I was talking to some other farmers and stuff, and like obviously it's a farm, there's gonna be flies, but this year is worse for everybody for flies. Like everybody's like, oh my god, what do I do about flies? And I think we mostly have them under control, which is a good feeling because in the spring I was like, oh my gosh, they're gonna pick me up and take me away. So. Which I don't like it. So, but we have it under control now, I think. So.
Yeah, black soldier fly larva never did anything.
Not for us, but I think that's because the ducks ate it. And then we also had fly predators, and I think the fly predators ate the black soldier fly larva because that's how fly predators work. They actually they lay their babies, and their babies feed on the like house fly larva. So I'm assuming they ate the black soldier fly larva too. So.
You have to talk about mosquitoes. I'm getting mosquitoes.
Well, you're sitting next to a pond.
Well,
all right. Anyways, Trek 3 Warden said wood heat is the best heat, worth all the work. Yeah. And then my only concern with that is then we would need a wood source, and with our current where we are now, we would have to buy wood, which isn't the end of the world. We could maybe like work out a trade or something.
still cheaper than propane for natural gas.
Yeah, it would be cheaper in the long run. So, but yeah, it's work, but like you said, it's worth it. So, and then Adrian said that they agree.
Yeah, I definitely thought about getting like an outdoor wood burner at some point, and doing that. But
Yeah. Truck 3 Warden says when Truck 3 is home, he thinks 80 degrees is the best temp, so we have to open the windows for the dogs. Oh my gosh. Probably like sweating. Adrian asked, where did you get the wire you are using right now, Brandon?
so this top wire. So we got all this wire from our local farm store, Fleet Farm. I'm using 1/2 on the top. We have 1x1 on the side, and then for the floor, we're using 1x1/2.
Like
inch.
the rabbit heavy gauge.
But yeah, the stuff on the top is actually comes in 36-inch 1/2x1/2 inch wire, which worked out great. We were on our older cages using the 1/2x1 on the top and bottom,
And it got
and that
expensive real quick.
That stuff's expensive. When you're using that on top and bottom, this thinner 16 gauge stuff is plenty for the top.
And for us, it wasn't necessary
And-
because we don't have them like stacked on each other. They're separated, and then that's where the poop like ramp thing is. And then because we were able to cut off that extra foot, we use that then as the baby saver on the bottom 2 inches along the bottom so that the babies don't fall out or break their leg.
Yeah,
or
we just
whatever.
use the 1/2x1/2 inch for baby saver. I think normally we do 3 inches up.
I think so. Like looking at those are 3 over there now.
Yeah, it was either 3 or 4, and on the one that we built last night, we ended up doing 2 inches, but
It probably doesn't need to be much more than 2.
it should be okay.
Um,
If we have issues, then we'll just add more.
But obviously, this is a buck cage, so it doesn't need baby saver wire because hopefully our bucks aren't going to be having babies. If we are, then we have a whole nother problem. Adrian asked, do you keep all the quail in your quail house or did you have to expand to other places? All of our breeders are in the quail barn. We have a couple of brooders in there, but because I didn't want them in the house anymore. But we had to expand. So I once again have quail in my house, which I really don't like, but it is what it is. So we just clean everything super, super often, and we try to cat proof everything. Although Moonshine seems to be, Moonshine is the name of our cat. He seems to get more and more smart. Like he keeps, you know how quail will always find a way to die, even if you think you've kill proofed everything. Moonshine will find any possible nook and cranny to get baby quail. He's super weird though, because like sometimes he'll crawl in the brooder and like groom them like a mother, and then the next thing you know, he's eating them. And I'm like, didn't your mom teach you not to play with your food? Evidently, she did not. So he plays and grooms his food, and then he kills it. He drives me nuts. I love him, but. And then Ed posted a link where Zach gets his wire, and he probably buys it like on a way larger scale.
Who?
Zach. I'm not sure like how big of rolls that comes in or whatever. We don't have a
I can't imagine he buys that much wire. Dale, I know, buys a lot of wire. I forgot where he gets his from though.
Yeah, he buys his like in bulk too. We don't.
I know he's gotten some from Winola Ranch as well.
Yeah, there's lots of good sources, but it seems like whenever we need to build a cage, it's like we need to build it right now. Like in this instance, I was like,
honestly,
okay,
like,
we can't wait anymore.
We don't build enough or frequently enough to buy in bulk
And just have it sit
and
around.
just have it. We did the largest piece of wire that we bought was like coated wire from our local farm store, and it was on sale, and it was 100 feet of coated half by half, 24 inches, 2 feet by 100 feet, and I think we paid like $47 for it. It was
really
such a good deal. So I mean, I bought that, and we still have a majority of it. Like we used it in a couple cages or brooders, and that was it. But
sun's going down. It's getting cold.
I know, it's actually nice. It's probably like 78.
I'm bleeding apparently. I don't know what I did.
Touch the cage?
No, probably. Or I like subconsciously just like scratch myself. That's probably more than like it. And then Ed just said, like and subscribe. Yes, please do that.
If you're building rabbit cages, though.
Oh, yes.
These are probably the best investment. Don't buy those cheap Miller manufacturing ones with the thin,
like
they're
the
just
skinny,
thin, blue handles. We got these on Amazon, and we could post the link later.
They're amazing.
In the description, but they're really good. I think they were around $15, and they're well worth the money. I think the Miller manufacturer ones usually are around like $10 at the store.
And they will kill your hand.
They hurt your hand like
so bad.
These are so worth the investment.
They're really strong. They
close
it really well.
But
do you have the?
They don't hurt your hand at all.
The cutter, please. Yeah, and then we have found the wire.
We just buy some flush wire cutters.
But we found these at Harbor Freight. I think they're $4. They have a lifetime warranty, and I feel like we get the most bang for our buck with these. We don't always cash in on the lifetime warranty because it's just a lot. It's kind of a pain. You have to save your receipt, and I just don't like having to dig through it. But at $4 a pop, like I can get quite a few cages out of this before it breaks. And this seems to work really well. A lot of the other ones that we've gotten in the past, like this like grippy thing, will start breaking and it starts sliding up, and then your hand gets cut on the metal, and it's a pain. These are just from
cutters from my 3D printers.
Yeah, these are just from So to be
those
fair,
are just from Harbor Freight.
Those weren't supposed to cut as much as we were, but Harbor Freight, $4 can't go wrong. So I'm not sure on the brand, but they're on the bottom shelf because they're cheap.
Harbor Freight brand.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what it's called. But
they're the bottom shelf ones, but I think that they're awesome. Oh, and then Ed said, do you have an Amazon affiliate link? Yes, we do, and I think that's why Brandon said he would post it later. So we'll post our affiliate
we don't
link.
have an Amazon store, but we have affiliate links.
Basically, the link that we'll post, we'll get like a really small kickback from it, but it doesn't cost you anything extra. Basically, Amazon is like, hey, high five, thanks for sending them to us. So it kind of, a couple cents, it adds up. So we'll appreciate that. Oh, he's working on it, so please hold, and I can post it. If you send it to me in iMessage, I should be able to copy it. Also, side note, if y'all are looking to have fun and do a Quail Daddy or Quail Mama photo shoot, definitely we would love to have you. I've had a couple people kind of join last minute, and I think that's totally fine. The more the merrier. It's a lot of fun. I did 2 different styles. I posted some sneak peeks on our page, kind of at least like what I was wearing and kind of like the theme, but not the photo I'm going to put in the calendar. And it was a lot of fun. Like I felt kind of funny doing the one because we were out kind of by the road, and it's a rather busy road, and I was like, yeah, hi, because I was wearing something not really normal. And people were kind of like looking at me like, what is wrong with this lady? So, but it was fun, a lot of fun. So, and then my husband made one of pictures, his cover photo on Facebook, that was a little, what's the word, provocative, or like, I don't know.
I don't think there's anything wrong.
It wasn't, it's not, it was a little outside my comfort zone. It's not something I would normally share. It wasn't inappropriate or anything, but it's definitely more than I would normally share because I'm usually pretty shy when it comes to that kind of stuff. So, but my friends and his friends made me feel pretty good about it, so that's fun. But
So,
are you just posting it
yeah, I'm gonna post the.
in the comments?
Yep.
I don't see it.
I think I spelled that wrong.
Oh, there we go.
Whatever.
Rabbit players.
Yeah.
No, I
No,
think that's
it's
right.
right.
It looks right.
It
It looks
looks
wrong at
But there you
first,
go.
but
There's
then
the
I
link for the rabbit players that we bought. They are looks like $16, but they're well worth it. I see on Amazon they even had the Miller Manufacturing ones that I was talking about for $15. So
What? Really?
I can show you. These are the ones that I would not buy.
No, they will kill your hand.
They don't work the best. So
It'll work in a pinch, like if that's all your local store has. But if you have like Amazon Prime and you can get like free 2-day shipping on these bad boys, do it. Like,
yeah,
don't walk, run. You will thank yourself. So yeah, I'm really big on like reviews and stuff. So like if I talk something up, like, yeah, I like bang for my buck, and those are it. And then same with these. So. Ed says, "Oh, your tractor photos were awesome. Thank you. I put a lot of thought into the theme, and I mean, obviously, with our farm name being Whiskey Tango Farms, like we're patriotic. We appreciate history, and like I felt that like that was a really cool like nod to the past. Those of you that haven't seen, definitely go head over to our Facebook page and see the photos. But the John Deere calendar for 1945." The January photo was a woman on a tractor, and she was doing, so during World War II, they did like what we call the peace sign now, but it's V for victory, like victory in the war. Obviously, a lot of men went off to war, so that's where like the Rosie the Riveter came in, and the women were doing men's jobs. And there was one where this woman was on her tractor in her kind of like Rosie the Riveter type style get up, and she's doing the V for victory to the troops on the road, and it was super cool. And I'm like, I want to do that. So we kind of recreated that Quail style, and it was super fun. So I really, really enjoyed that a lot. So we actually did Brandon's pictures today, which is also a lot of fun. And we actually came up with another idea that I'm really excited about as well. So yeah, it's just a lot of fun. So. Dennis says, this would be a question for you. Just wondering, could you print a hatching tray for incubators 16 by 16 by 3.5 or 4 inch, and what would it cost?
16 by 16
by 3.5 or 4. He can look at it. He probably needs to process that.
If you can email us at info@whiskeyandtango.farms, I can get with you and talk about it.
He said 2 pieces top and bottom.
Okay.
Oh, like a hatching basket, I think is what
a basket.
So
Okay.
kind of similar to like our hatching baskets. Yeah,
Yeah.
he can look at that.
Yeah, I
He'll
can
have
look
to
at that.
figure out like how much like how much filament it'll take, how much time it takes, that kind of thing. So, because you'd also have to figure out like how to stick them together, like the pegs or how you want to do that. But
yep, I can definitely. I've
shoot
looked
us an
into
email.
doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, shoot us an email and I can get you a better idea on a quote on that, and if I have a design for it. So I'm not sure if I can do 16 by 16. I think the biggest printer I have does 15 inches.
I wonder if you could get them to kind of like interlock or something. So we'll try to think of something. We'll try to get you taken care of. He's pretty good at taking ideas and making them work. Like Dale from Dale's Quails asked for some duck stacking egg trays, kind of like our quail ones, but for duck
we do
eggs.
have duck stacking egg trays.
I call them quacker stackers. How clever is that?
I just want to, before I release those on our website, I want to verify that they work. Again, we haven't had any duck eggs to do that with.
We tried them with jumbo pekin eggs from Dale. Yeah,
and the ones I made for him, the first ones, the eggs were touching a little bit, and then the height on them were a little off. I redesigned those and I sent him a couple more, and he said they worked fine. But I want to
just
verify,
keep trying. So.
On my end.
Yeah, but yeah, he's pretty creative. Obviously, we have QuailCon coming up, so it might have to wait until after that, because we want to make sure that we're ready for that, because we have to make some stuff. And I thought of that one thing that I forgot about until just now that I'm a little worried about, but it's okay. It'll be okay. It's all gonna work out. So I'm super excited for QuailCon, but also super nervous. I think I'm more nervous this year than I was last year. Maybe because it's 2 days instead of one. I don't know. But it definitely needed to be 2 days because one day was not enough. It was just very like back to back to back to back to back. And I think this is going to be a lot more like laid back. So I just have to keep telling myself that. And then I don't feel so bad about it. So I'm not usually a very social person. So going into social situations, especially large social situations, make me really nervous. And we're speaking, so it's a little daunting, but it'll be okay. So it's good for me to challenge myself, though, too. So, and then you have this guy. He's just like, meh, it's okay. So we're a really good like balance as far as that goes. So.
Yeah, we're both going to be talking.
Yeah, he's going to come up on stage with me this year, and we're going to kind of like we do this. Well, it'll be more. Not as laid back and
be more
squirrel
formal.
Syndrome. Yeah, and, like we won't have squirrel syndrome for that. Like
she'll be talking on some points, and then I'll be talking on others and whatnot. Yeah. And so it'll be exciting. You guys get to hear me talk. I don't know if it's too exciting to you guys, but
I think so. I'm super excited. It's funny. So for his job, like he's talked at conferences and stuff. And I remember like watching his one video. It's like, oh my God, it's like I was like a proud mom. Like I don't know, it's just
when.
I don't know. You were talking about some. What is that called? Like a weak spot in a security system. Whatever. Anyhow, he found a vulnerability. He was speaking on a vulnerability, and I was like, oh my God. I was like fangirling over my husband. But I mean, if you're not fangirling over your husband, what are you doing, I guess? Ed Guppy asked if you got the letter with the NFC tags. Yes, we did. Thank you very much. And it's in a special spot, so we don't lose the envelope for the thing. I don't really know what you guys have talked about, and I don't understand it, but he's like, don't lose the envelope. I'm like, okay, I'll put it in a safe spot. And it's a safe spot that I actually know because I see it, like it's in my sight. So unless you moved it. You don't know. It's in a safe spot. But thank you for that. SS Swanson said, only 29 tickets left. You haven't gotten yours. The time is ticking away. Yeah, there was 37 yesterday or 2 days ago. This past few days have been a whirlwind. Today's Wednesday. I only know today is Wednesday because it's our live. Yeah. Get your tickets. They are going really fast. Whether it was yesterday or 2 days ago, that's really fast. So And don't forget to get your t-shirts on whiskeytangofarms.net. In case you missed it, we will not have t-shirts at QuailCon because we don't want to end up with a bunch of extras. So get them at whiskeytangofarms.net. They'll be shipped directly to you. I would definitely order within the next week. Otherwise, you probably won't get it in time. So, oops. Oh, sorry. Brandon usually does this. I'm failing. I'm sorry. I was doing really good until that. Okay, we're back. Dennis says plastic hatching tray would be so easy to clean and sanitize. Yes, we actually have the hatching time incubator with those hatching trays, and we throw them in the dishwasher. Bottom shelf, throw them in, they're fine.
Why are you telling our secrets?
I don't know, because I appreciate quick and easy because ain't nobody got time for that. So I lose the little pegs. I need to order more. I've been using like the little baby zip ties, and they're really cheap. Like I get those from Harbor Freight too. They're like a penny a piece or something. But then as much as we hatch out, and then you obviously have to cut them to take them out, it just seems wasteful to me. So I should just order more. I guess it depends on the price. I can't see that they'd be too expensive. Gabby says, yeah, when those are gone, there'll be no more tickets for this year's QuailCon. Yes. I'm a little anxious about the amount of tickets, but that's good. Like, just because that means more people. So that's what makes me anxious. But I'm also excited because it's that many more people that we get to talk about quail and self-sufficiency and how that can work into your farm or homestead or your apartment or house or whatever. We get to meet people. It'll be really awesome seeing people's
when you guys come
faces.
up to us at QuailCon,
we probably don't know who you are.
Please just say hi and let us know who your username on YouTube is or what your name is. Be good to see you. Last year it was so awkward. We had a few people come up to us and I was like, I don't know who you are.
And I mean, that's okay.
It's okay.
But we're like, people come up and they're like, hi, how are you doing? It's so good to see you. I'm like, I'm good. It's nice to see you too. Who are you? So like I said, I'm queen of awkward. So if we can work out something to make it less awkward, I would appreciate that. I won't feel weird and want to crawl under a rock. So just say like, hi, I'm Adrian. It's so nice to finally, whatever. Like that'd be super cool. So
I'm finally, the light turned on. I moved.
Oh, the motion light. It's dark enough that the motion light comes on.
What I'm doing right now is we got the bottom on, the sides are on, of course, and did the top. I cut out the door. So I cut out this piece of the door if you guys are curious. I suppose that, I'm just over here working, not really explaining what I'm doing. So I cut out the hole in the door. And then I cut a door out of some wire. And I just do one extra space on all four sides. So it doesn't just overlap it, one extra space on all four sides. And then on one side of the door, put rabbit clips, and then J clips, and then we just use I didn't bring it out. We just use a brass clip as to clip the door shut.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's like in any of our pictures online or anything. But if you guys are wondering what we use, like just send us a message. I can send you a picture.
I use brass ones because if they don't really corrode as bad, and if the rabbits pee on them, they don't get nasty and lock up either. So
our one buck, he's just like not. He's a slob. I love him, but he's a slob. Like Galaxy is actually really super clean and like he's very proper. He's got really nice manners. And Souffle is like, I think he's psycho or something. He pees in the corner and like he'll throw hay over there and then pee in it and then roll in it. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? But then on top of it, like I'll open the cage. He sees me coming up to the cage and he'll stand there and like wait for me. And then as soon as I open the cage, he like latches onto the bottom and he like goes psycho. And I don't understand it.
In his cage, we had the wire protectors,
plastics,
and he chewed it all off because he didn't like it.
He has the 3, but at the bottom,
the bottom one he just completely.
So now he just like goes after the bare wire and like I don't know what he's trying. I don't know. He just has something against that bottom. It's really bizarre. And then I'll give him like food or hay or pets or something, and then it like breaks his like focus on doing whatever it is he thinks he's doing, and then he's fine. I don't know. So if anybody knows why a rabbit would do that, it'd be kind of cool to know like what the weird mentality is. Like maybe there's some reason like biological or natural reason he's doing that. I don't know. Or maybe he just hates the cage. Like that, just that part. Like, I don't know. It's really weird. Adrian said, how many people are we up to at QuailCon? Super excited.
Over 200.
Well, I can't remember if we had 2 or 250 tickets, and those are adults.
200.
Yeah.
That's just adults.
And then I think he added 50 or 20 or something, and now we added another 37.
You really can't see this one.
I unfortunately haven't been on any of the lives recently because life has been super crazy. It's a lot of people. Somewhere between 250 and
Hold that.
250 and 300
So
plus children.
you guys can see this sort of. I mean, it's hard to see.
You can see it.
Here's the door.
At least on my computer.
So like I said, I just overlap this piece, top, bottom, and the sides. So it just kind of opens. Usually I think about where we're putting the cage, and I'll either flip the door, this way or other way.
It's not heavy, it's just awkward.
That's it. It's all done. We get to put a buck in it.
Break my computer, man. I can't afford a new one.
Hope you guys enjoyed that.
Yeah, hopefully we can do more stuff like this. Just, I don't know, random. I figure since we're hanging out, we might as well just hang out. Especially since, like you guys said, it's a little warmer. So, Adrian said, for the eggs you sell at farmers markets, where do you get your cartons? We got a bunch of bulk ones on Amazon, but now they don't have those ones anymore because it was really hard to find ones that fit our jumbos. Because for a while, but even those don't fit.
At one point, Amazon, I actually had it in a lot of our video descriptions. Because I always have in the videos like quail items that we suggest, and those are affiliate links to Amazon. And I found out like shortly, like a month or two after I had them, like in our old videos, like a year ago, they no longer carry them, but they actually fit jumbo eggs. But as far as I know, I have not been able to find any more jumbo egg cartons.
I believe Zach has some on his website, mysharfarm.com. He used to. I haven't looked very recently, so I'd recommend there because I think he gets them in bulk and then he sells them at a reasonable price. When we first got started, I got some from Gopher Ridge Quail Farm and his fit jumbos, but then he found the Amazon ones and it was just a better price for us because that means a lot to us. But that would support like another quail farmer, which would be kind of cool. So it's up to you. I would check out Zach.
We just
see that maybe. There we go. It's like doing a wave.
Yeah, we just use regular quail cartons though. I think the last stack I ordered from Amazon.
We ordered like bulk, like a ton.
Yeah, I think it was like a stack of 100 or something like that. But we use those that we take to the swaps and stuff and sell the eggs, and they work good.
Yeah.
Or we use them for eating eggs.
Jesse Mill says, put a little super glue on one side of the hatching basket to hold the pigs in. Works.
Yeah, see. There you go.
That's like.
I don't know how that would hold up in the dishwasher, but
I'd imagine they wouldn't get lost. You might have to redo it a couple times, but that's a really good. I almost wonder if like that PVC cement stuff would maybe work.
Super glue would work better. The way that the type of plastic that is.
I'll have to try that.
I believe it's ABS plastic. So
because we started with 6 baskets or whatever, and then 4 pegs, so 24 pegs.
I don't really
I'm down
care
to
for
6
those big baskets, anyways.
I don't either.
I like
using those and then using dividers. So we'll a lot of times use the big hatching time baskets, but then I use like the little like drawer or like office organizers from Walmart, and I'll divide my eggs up that way. Otherwise, like if you only put like 12 eggs in there and they hatch in that big old basket, like it's too slippery and they slip all over. And I tried the drawer liners, but it doesn't really work super well. And then you can only reuse it for a few times before it gets to like an unsanitary point, and I don't like that. So I try to not use those. Huh?
Just wash them.
Yeah, but they don't come like clean enough for my liking.
Okay.
That's why I said you can only use them a few times before, like, in my opinion, like.
I mean, I just got the stuff from Dollar Tree, so we might be able to try different stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe it'll work. I don't know.
Dennis Peel said, I would love some tickets, but I quit hitchhiking many years ago. That's the only way I could get there. Yeah, I think I posted a picture. I don't
Where is he from?
Huh?
I
forgot. North Carolina, I think. South Carolina.
Say you might be able to
Something like
hitch
that.
a ride.
With somebody else, maybe.
You can always post in the QuailCon.
There's a QuailCon 2022 group.
I know some people did it last year, or at least asked the question about getting a ride. There's several states all around. And if you don't mind meeting a new friend, or you might know somebody already.
Yeah.
That's always an option if you're up
sure.
to it.
But yeah, I joke that I was training my Great Dane Khaleesi to be a horse, basically. My daughter had like this jumbo horse toy or whatever, and it had a toy saddle. And I'm like, that looks like it would fit my dog. And I threw it on her, and it fit barely because of the age she was at. Now she would be too big for it. But yeah, it's funny because Nano, his Great Dane, we go out in public with him because it's his service dog in training. And people make comments like, oh, nice surface horse, or nice horse. I like your horse, So I joked, I'm like, I'm going to strap a saddle on his service vest. And I may even go as far as to put like Woody from Toy Story, like the cowboy, on the saddle.
Or Buzz.
Or Buzz, or both, or something. And just be like, yeah, I like my horse. Fun fact, story time. In the state of Wisconsin, your service animal can be a dog or a miniature horse. So Nano is kind of both, because we're cool like that. It's a 2-for-1.
I thought it'd be kind of cool to actually get a miniature horse.
Yeah, actually, if I didn't have to deal with like the poop and the hooves and all that, I'd
deal with it.
I like that. When he's not working, he's a pet too. Like he cuddles with us and stuff. I'm not bringing the horse into our bedroom.
House.
Like, that's super weird. I know people do that, but like,
I wouldn't. Whee! There you go.
I wouldn't either.
But
Dennis said Missouri. Oh, sorry. I don't know why I thought. Who am I thinking? Oh, Miller.
Jim Miller, or not?
Not Jim Miller.
Gary
Miller. I think was from North or South Carolina. Also, I have a terrible memory too, so I should say that too. Like, if you're gonna meet us, if you tell me your name and in 2 seconds I try to remember it and I don't remember it, it's not personal. It's totally me. I used to actually be have really good memory, but I think like as I got older and like my brain has broke as an adult. So I have anxiety and stuff and depression, and it really messes with your like brain cells and like the connections or something, or maybe the medicine does, or both. I don't really know. So my brain doesn't work like it used to. It's super weird. I don't know. I used to, like, even in school, like, I was super smart. And I got, I was in honor society, or National Honor Society. I had high honors. I was 7th in my class.
Let the light go out. We can see you better. I'm sorry.
Oh. And now, like, sometimes I'm like,
shut it up.
Can barely form full sentences sometimes, and I forget stuff. So anyways, don't be offended if I forget. It's me. It's not you. It's totally me. So, and I apologize. Ed said, get a monkey. Actually, in the state of Wisconsin, a monkey is not something you can have. I think some people can, like zoos and like probably like rehab centers and stuff, but it's illegal to have a monkey. You can have a skunk or a fox, though. I do know that. There's some other like really random weird animals you can have in the state of Wisconsin. But for a service animal, it's only a dog or a miniature horse. Don't burn your hand. Ooh, I looked at it. Don't look at the light. Don't go into the light and don't look at the light. How's that? That looks good to me. Dennis said, and I wouldn't want, or, oops, what is going on? Oh, here. Clicked on the wrong thing. Dennis said, and I wouldn't want to impose on anyone. You know, it doesn't hurt to ask. If you post and somebody says, yeah, let's do it, I don't think you're imposing because you're asking. You're not like, okay, I'm hopping in your car. That's imposing. So I would just post in the group, join the group, post in there and be like, hey, is anybody else coming or passing through Missouri? And would you mind me tagging along? You know, I'll pitch in for gas or whatever and go from there. And if nobody wants to, you know, maybe you can figure something else out or whatever. But I forgot who it was. Somebody was going to get a train ride or something. And I don't know, like, if there's any.
Last year, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was last year. So I don't know, check. That's another thing that you might not think of, or like a coach bus or something. I don't know. That just, you know, other options as well. So, but obviously, please travel carefully though. Like if you're,
keep talking.
If you're, you know, doing something like that, just be safe. You know, like I don't want anything bad to happen to anybody, and the world is crazy. So, Truck 3 Warden says, I always said my brains fell out when I had kids. Yeah, that too. Not so much with my son, but like with my daughter, pregnancy brain didn't like really go away. And my sense of, you know how like when you're pregnant and like your sense, you can smell everything, that didn't go away after I had my daughter. Like sometimes I'll be like, I don't know, we'll drive past somewhere or whatever. I'm like, oh, what's that smell? And Brandon's like, what smell? And a couple minutes later, he's like, oh, man.
She's just usually overly sensitive sometimes to just like smells.
It's a mosquito. Oh.
Because there'll be something I'm like, I smell it, but it's like, it's not bad. And she's like,
it's so
I can't
strong.
handle it. I can't handle it. Like, well, it's really not that bad.
I'm weirdly sensitive now to like cleaning chemicals, to like Lysol and Clorox and stuff. It like burns my sinuses so bad. It's awful. Sorry, there's mosquitoes. I'm not. Agape says, don't feel bad. Wow. Kristin point right there. Don't feel bad, Kristin. I can't. I'm guessing you mean can't remember names either.
Yeah, I
Apparently
actually,
I can't read.
As I've gotten older, I've remembered names better.
Names, yes, you're better. But other things.
Yeah, I can't remember a lot of other things, but I've really made it a point when I meet somebody to try to remember their name. I really, really, because it bothers me. Like when I meet somebody,
I don't want to offend people.
It used to be like, because of my ADD, like it'd be 5 minutes later. I don't know if you guys really can see this better or not. And I wouldn't remember their name. So I actually will meet somebody and they tell me their name. I'll actually say it in my head a few times so I know who it is. Like today we had a lady. So Kristin was outside working on whatever. And then I heard somebody yelling. I came out here and this lady was yelling for her dog, and she was running down the street.
Like I said, this
road
is
so busy. Like, and I heard this just like gut wrenching, like this.
She was in trouble.
Heartfelt, like scream, and I was like, I thought somebody was getting hurt or something, but like she was just so worried about her dog. Her dog was running down the middle of the road. So Kristin and I ran outside and tried catching the dog, and luckily Kristin was able to get the dog. And this lady had been chasing her for like probably like close to a quarter mile, maybe a little more.
They're about a quarter mile away as the fly crows. As the crow flies.
Yeah. You know, the lady. My point was, the lady told us her name, and Kristin, you know, and I were talking, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't remember what the lady's name was." I'm like, "Well, I do."
You said it, yeah.
I'm like, "It's Karen." Like, you know, it was easy. Like, I don't know. I made a point, and like, even when we moved into our house, like meeting our neighbors, I made a point of knowing their names and trying to remember.
Yeah, I've heard too that like when you meet somebody, you're supposed to use their name, and that helps.
Yep.
So like when you like,
I do it, but I do it mentally.
but I think it shows like a level of respect too. But while I'm doing that, because like I have social anxiety, I forget to do that because my brain is like, oh. But you know, any like little tips, you know, hopefully maybe if you have that issue, one of those things will help you. Hopefully you guys can see us okay. It's getting dark mighty quick. S.L. Swanson said we have several coming from Arkansas and Missouri. Arkansas. Ghost stories.
Yeah.
Ghost stories with the Kugels. That is really bright, babe. You can turn it down. If you flip it over, you can adjust the brightness. You know that? Press and hold, and then there you go. Oh, never mind. It's on the lowest setting.
There you go.
Once upon a time. Oh my God, dear. Oh, I can't see. Don't go into the light. Jasmine's back.
Hey, look at that.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hi. How's it going?
Jasmine said all these animals need care at 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. LOL.
Yeah, Kristin didn't ship out your eggs today.
I am so sorry.
I'm actually glad she didn't, though. To be honest, because I don't think she remembered what we were shipping. I don't know if you did, but
no, but I can scroll back and look.
No, we were on the phone.
Oh, just kidding. I have no idea what's going on.
So,
wait, when did you talk to Jasmine? You talked to Jasmine without me?
No, we were on your phone.
Oh, that's
remember?
Right. I was there. I just don't remember.
You were there, but then like I came up and I talked to Jasmine.
Oh, and I took Khaleesi out or something. Yeah. Anyways, sorry.
Anywho, yeah, totally. Like I have to get that order together with her, so you will go out on Friday. So you'll get all that stuff Friday, all the exciting stuff. Friday. But anywho, yeah, we have some exciting eggs to come out this next year.
Don't be giving our secrets away, man.
You guys got to stay tuned for that. I'm not going to give away secrets, but anyways, we got some exciting stuff coming out. Look at that. Hey, look at that. I can see you really good. That's good. No, just leave it.
It shows how pale I am. They can't know. I'm going to get a sunburn from my computer. S.O. Swanson said, Jasmine, that would be terrible having to insure those lovely animals. Yes.
To insure?
I think he means like ensure that they get to bed and taken care of. Jasmine said, quail, chicken, geese, turkeys, rabbits, barn kittens, girl goats, boy goats, and house pets. And Luke. I think Luke is pretty self-sufficient, actually. So. And
yeah,
Jasmine
you have to. Speaking of self-sufficient, we're gonna have some new self-sufficient videos coming out soon. So if you guys aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, hit the like button too. Appreciate it, so you guys can send out this video. Yeah. Anywho.
Jasmine said yes and no. Ellen's Edge, welcome, says, what is the current delivery time of your jumbo Pharaohs right now? If you have an order in, they should go out in the next 2 or 3 weeks. It's my goal to get everybody taken care of before QuailCon. We don't. I want to catch up.
Jumbo Pharaohs.
I think I'm going to put them back on the website next week, and it is my goal to keep up on them. I'm hoping we don't get
we're expanding some of our cages with those and stuff since they've been in such demand. We're getting our Jumbo Pharaohs and Jumbo Egyptians expanded out and everything, so we can get more orders out faster for you guys. We don't like waiting or having to
it just
have you guys
me
wait.
Out.
Ideally, we'd like to get out as many orders as possible, but yeah, the demand's still there, which I appreciate. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, I don't have a problem sending them out. I feel bad making people wait, so I just would rather not.
Yeah,
so
we're working on getting those orders out as fast as possible.
We're bulking up. So, and check the website next week. I should have them back on. Ricky Ward is in the house from Facebook. Says, sorry I'm late, guys. No worries. Good to have you here. LOL, as the fly crows. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Because I said instead of as the crow flies, I said as the fly crows. If you have flies that are crowing, you have another problem. Like, you need to call Ghostbusters or something. Like there's something wrong. They flew too close to the nuclear power plant or something.
Boy.
Jasmine says the Kugels are good people. I wish you were a part of my community. Aw, thank you.
We are part of your community, aren't we?
She means like actual neighbors. We keep like looking at property out there, but like it's hard. We both grew up here.
I mentioned about moving there to my mom, and you should have heard her. Like literally, you could hear a pin drop, and she was like so mad at me.
I was hoping you were going to say she would come with us because that would change things.
It would be nice, yeah, if she would come with us. But literally,
that was a hard no.
She has not moved away from us. There's been so many times where she wants to move closer to work, and she hasn't moved away from us because of our kids and because of the grandchildren. And I get it. So, like, I really do. But like,
and with my mom has a lot of health issues. And
yeah, it'd be nice. Land is definitely a lot more abundant and cheaper down there.
It's hard because even here, there's more land with the typography. Is that there's more land that feels more home-like to us, like up north. But both of our parents are south.
Yeah.
I would like to move up north, but I don't want to move any farther away. It's a really weird situation. So I definitely have to help my mom, and yeah. We would you should move here.
The grandparents really love the kids. So
Jasmine, just
I can't deny the grandparents the children. So.
Yes, exactly. Ricky says bagging. I just spit on my computer. Sorry. Bagging compost out back. Awesome. Are you storing it? Are you storing it or selling it?
We should bag our compost and sell it.
Yeah. Take that to the farmer's market. I don't think it would sell at the swap. I think it would at the farmer's market.
Maybe the farmer's market, but not the swap. A lot of people that go to the swap have their own manure.
Yeah, they have their own rabbits and stuff. And the cool thing about rabbit manure is it's a cold manure. You just throw it on the garden. Agapate says, I only know the name of one of my neighbors, LOL, as he's a longtime friend. Well, that's pretty cool. So he lives so close by. Agapate says, LOL, Halloween special.
Hello.
SOS also said, means enjoy and tend to. Ellen's Edge says, don't feel bad. It's all good. Yes. Thank you. SS Monson says, I'm trying to figure out how to get all my black soldier fly larvae out of the poop pile so the quail can enjoy them. Picking them out one by one is a royal pain.
You just take a shovel full. Honestly, take a shovel full and get a tote and put them in a tote. And then just keep feeding them. And
he wants to feed them to his quail.
I know, but put them in the tote and they'll reproduce. And you can keep eventually just feed them. You'll have so many in there that you'll just be able to take a scoop of it and throw them to the quail.
I don't like bugs.
Speaking of bugs.
Yeah, they're like, well, it's because
Jasmine says, LOL, poor Brandon's mom, bring her with. I know, right? It's just, she's not retired yet. I think if she was retired, it'd be a different story. Really.
She also grew up in Wisconsin.
She grew up from Wisconsin. I think she would enjoy that area, honestly, because she loves the woods and she loves, I think the whole, Ozarks and all that stuff, down in there would be, a dream. And I think her husband would really love it, too, for hunting and stuff. But, yeah, if she was not working, I think I could convince her to move down there easy. But she's got at least, I think, another 5 years of working as her profession. So goes. Me, I work.
He usually works pretty remote.
I work remote 4 out of 5 days a week. So.
And all your employees are remote?
All my employees are remote, yep. So I think it would be easy enough for me to switch. I think. I don't know. Anywho, I'm rambling. Sorry.
Ellen's Edge says, can't wait to meet you guys at Quail Con. Oh, what is happening to the camera? There must have been a bug fly by or something.
Oh,
yes, thank you.
It's freaking out because we're...
Oh, the light. Thanks, you too. Super excited.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet you as well.
I'm so excited about the QuailCon and meeting everybody and seeing everybody there. Like I said, please come up and say, hey, like Ellen's Edge, and say, hey, I'm Ellen or Ellen's Edge on YouTube. And I can't wait to meet you guys and, spend time talking with you guys in person is my most, I'd say, exciting thing that I'm going to get out of the QuailCon this year.
The community.
Is being able to talk to you guys and spend more time with you guys, being that it's 2 days and everything. Last year, I felt like I talked to so many people, but I didn't really talk to anybody.
It was
such a whirlwind and like trying to organize and like get things going. It was great. I really enjoyed it and everything, but yeah, it just
don't move because then the camera is fine.
I'm sorry.
Well, if you don't move, the camera's all right.
Here, watch this. We'll do this. Here, guys.
Oh, don't go any closer than that. I've got wrinkles.
That'll be a little better, but yeah, I really appreciate you guys coming out to QuailCon and being able to talk to you guys.
You look super creepy. So. I love you. Anyway, I was gonna say we're gonna have name tags, and we're hoping that people will obviously write their name on their name tag, but then also if your YouTube username is different, put that on there as well. So Ed, for instance, would say, Ed, and then Ed got baked. He's not coming, unfortunately, but he'll be there in heart. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm clicking on things I shouldn't. Psycho Ward is here. Sorry, I'm late. Well, hello. Thanks for joining us here now as well.
Yeah, I definitely
better late than never.
Definitely with QuailCon and everything. For everybody that's watching that, we'll be doing some live streams and stuff down there, and hopefully, if you guys want to be involved in too, just let me know.
Yeah,
I plan on doing a lot more live streaming down there, and just kind of not so much the talks, but just in general, and it'd be fun. So
Jasmine says, heck no, I ain't going back north. LOL, I guess we'll have to sell for 1 to 2 times a year visits and online community. Yes. And who knows, God works in mysterious ways. Who knows? So I'm not saying never. I'm just saying probably not anytime soon, at least.
Yeah, not this year, maybe not next year, but you never know.
Mm-hmm. Psycho War said, I got 100 bags from Amazon today. It's a fly festival in my backyard. LOL. I believe it.
100 bags from Amazon. Like what
the
size?
Fly traps, maybe?
Well, he said he was scooping compost. So, what size bags? I'm curious. In my mind, I would just use feed bags. I don't know if you guys have enough feed bags. We have plenty of feed bags. So, I would just use feed bags to scoop compost and store it in there. But anyways.
Oh, my gosh. So, they're talking about picking out the black soldier fly larva. Jasmine said, chopsticks, LOL, make the quail do tricks for treats. That's awesome. Do a backflip and you can get the black soldier fly larva. Come on. Sit pretty. We make Latte sit pretty. She was doing it really well, and now she's not. She's our corgi, so she's super. She's very long and short legs, so she looks really cute and silly when she sits pretty. But I just got bit. Dennis Peel said, Ozarks are really beautiful in the fall, and deer hunting is good also. I believe it.
Yeah, we have decent deer hunting up here, but moving anywhere, there's been a lot of places down there I would love to buy because of the land. We can buy so much land down there.
Raw land.
Land.
Just do what we want to do with it.
And even if there was a few places with land and shacks, their shacks, available. But yeah, I don't know. Someday. I think I would love moving down there just because of the weather change and not being so cold in the winter. I think that would help a lot.
Yeah, and we have a pretty similar grow zone-ish. It wouldn't be whiplash difference. So it went in my eyeball.
Earlier today, I actually had a I don't know what kind of bug it was, but it landed on my eyelash.
Oh my God.
And I blinked and it like was moving.
There was a
It was bad.
post on the Friends of Roots and Refuge group, and somebody said something about like bugs, why do you have to go right up my nose or in the eye or ear? They said one of those things, and then a bunch of people were like pitching in saying like, yeah, in my ears and my mouth. And I put in there, yeah, and up my dress or skirt too. Geez, at least take me out to dinner first. Because sometimes, yeah, I'll be wearing like a dress or a skirt, and then they go like whoop, and I'm like, whoa, hello, like like you cannot, that is not, you need to go away. Please don't give me a mosquito bite on my butt. I do not need that. Psycho War says bagging 5-gallon buckets per bag of quail doo-doo, and I'm at 25 bags so far, only halfway. Holy
It's fun.
poop word. Scat. Holy scat.
I said, do you guys sell that? I'm curious if you guys sell that somewhere, or if you guys
And like how broken down is it? Like, is it garden ready, or does it need to break down some?
I know recently, like we were talking to a fellow like rabbitry and stuff like that, and he was saying how he sell or doesn't sell, but he gives away his manure, his rabbit manure.
Gives it away. Black gold.
And there's this was it garlic farmer that comes and picks it up by the truckloads, and he brings some garlic, and they're huge.
He said they're like softball size bulbs of garlic. So, and it's not the elephant garlic, like it's like the real garlic.
I say I pre-ordered our garlic here for this fall. Yay. And I can't wait for it to come. They said I think the end of September it'll come.
That was weird. I didn't know. What? I don't know. I was able to see some of these taillights. It must have been just right through the fence because we have like a shadow box fence that was set up. Whoever installed it did it like wrong, but whatever.
Yeah,
that's okay.
That's a thing.
Well, not necessarily that they did it wrong. They did it the way they wanted it, but it's different than like the traditional way. So, any hoozles. That is it for tonight.
That's it for comments.
Yeah.
There's so many people watching that, though.
That's awesome.
I appreciate it. You guys all hit the like button. I really appreciate it. So this video can get out to everybody. Like our videos. I really makes a difference for us.
It keeps.
It makes me happy, and it makes YouTube happy. So more people can see what we're doing, and
the skeeters.
We're trying to really pass on that self-sufficient, goal, and showing everybody to be more self-sufficient. Like I said, and there's more videos coming out about that in the future. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Yeah,
it was super validating. If you didn't watch last week, a couple weeks ago, we had a future congressman here, and he's like, it's really cool what you've done in the amount of space you have, in the amount of time that you've done it. And I'm like, yes, thank you. Like, and that's what we're trying to show people is like, you don't have to have like 10 acres or whatever. If you do like super cool, good for you, you can do even more. But like our usable space, I mean,
we don't have any trees on our property. I mean, besides the ones that we planted.
We planted trees.
And the main trees we really planted are fruit trees. We have a little orchard and stuff like that. We planted some maple trees. But like we have 4 usable gardens on this property. It's only 3/4 of an acre, and the animals and meat we try to grow a ton of food in here, but there's plenty of space for rabbits and quail and all that stuff. So anywho, like I said, more videos to come.
Psycho War said it's new for me and it's not composted yet, and it smells from the last week of rain. Well, good news is that we'll hopefully help it break down.
He said grrr.
Oh, grrr. I forgot that. Sorry, guys. Psycho War said, I liked. Thank you. Jasmine got her like in as well. Dennis says, good night, all. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Jasmine said, oh, no, what did I do? I pinned it.
You pinned the message? I don't know what Just hit the star right there.
I broke it.
The bugs. Jasmine says, love you guys. Well, we love you too. Thanks for always showing up and being a good friend.
I love you too. It's the bug in my mouth. Oh. I do not need protein. Ugh.
Have a great spooky night. Spooky.
Na. If I make that sound around the kids, they freak out because we went on the Tower of Terror at Disney World, and it's from the Twilight Zone, and they play that music, and then you like drop. So if I did that around the kids, they would like probably have a heart attack. They're getting really bad.
Well, it's the only source of light out here, you know.
Obviously. Ellen Zudge said, "You guys are awesome. I love you in a Quail sort of way." Thank you. We love you in a Quail sort of way too. I'm super excited to meet you. Dennis said, "Did that already?" Awesome. S.S. Swanson said, "2 of you, so I did my 2 legs." Thank you. What am I
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Why are they not bothering you? This is my problem. Is like, and he's not allergic.
So I'm not allergic to
he gets bit,
mosquitoes.
and then he doesn't get a thing.
I think that's because my grandfather did a lot of work.
His grandfather inventing
and working with off
and Windex.
And
his grandpa invented Windex.
Cool. Well, not Windex itself, but anti-fog Windex. Anyways, he has a patent for it. Anywho, but like my grandpa actually in a lot of the old S.C. Johnson wax videos, in the commercials,
that was his hand.
arm. His arm was in the commercials.
Yeah,
where they actually showed the. I don't know if anybody's old enough to see those videos or remember them.
I mean, I remember those.
That was my grandpa's arm. Anyways, he sprayed so much weird things on my mom and her siblings. I think that it just like generated some like immunity.
He's a mutant basically because he's not allergic to poison ivy either. It's freaking weird. Jasmine said, "Go inside." Yeah, before they carry me off. He's just fine. He can stay out here and do the live.
I'm having a blast.
Yeah, I see that.
You guys are awesome. I really appreciate you guys still watching. I mean, you know.
I'm sorry. I look like I'm having a seizure. Ed got beat. Thanks everyone for hanging out. See you next Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Keep an eye out for new videos. Thank you very much. Oops.
Eat lots of garlic.
Because girls smell better. Maybe. And I did take a shower right before we came out here, so I probably don't smell like outside, you know.
See, my theory is that when you smell worse, it's when you get more bugs. But
I literally got out of the shower and came out here.
I think it's the smells. Like whatever we smell, like it smells good to you, but to the bugs, it stinks worse.
Because it's not natural.
Yeah, I don't know. That's my theory.
Anyways, eat lots of garlic. I have heard that actually, and I believe it because, who was it? Somebody I worked with at a restaurant or something.
I'm sorry.
He ate so much garlic and onions that when he would sweat, he smelled like garlic and onions. I'm like, that's super gross. But
yeah, I saw Swanson says we're waiting for a bug to carry Kristin away.
No.
Yeah, that'd work.
Okay, well, I'm gonna end this before I.
Thanks for joining. Remember to hit the like button. I'll see you guys next week.
Thanks for
maybe we'll do this again. Let me know if you really did like this.
We'll bring me off next week.
But
in better